Great.
Yes.
Welcome and good luck.
Good morning to you, the Board of Directors of Time Warner. Thank you again for having us back today. It was a pleasure to speak with you yesterday. CNN is faced with a major ethical dilemma, and we're here to talk about that today. My name is Ben Del Giorno. I'm an employee of CNN.
Hi, my name is Amanda Stegmaro, and I'm also an employee of CNN.
My name is Rachel Pfister, and I as well am an employee of CNN.
And just to remind you of what we discussed yesterday, CNN is faced with a major ethical dilemma focused on their balance between driving profits and reporting the presidential primary, and more specifically the primary debates, in a social and ethical, socially responsible and ethically responsible manner. So yesterday we focused on some of the legal, ethical, and financial aspects of this problem, but today we're going to focus solely on the ethical issues that are at hand. CNN has sensationalized the coverage of the presidential primary debates and primary coverage as a whole through the use of marketing strategies that resemble that of a sporting event or a boxing match. And also CNN has used super PAC advertisements, which impact the public's perception of candidates and have a negative overall impact on the democratic process that we value here in the United States of America. So today we're going to focus on three main aspects of the ethics that surround this complex and multifaceted dilemma. One being CNN's need to support the public's need for knowledge. The second being CNN's corporate social responsibility in society. And the third being CNN's ability to drive its earnings while doing so in an ethically responsible manner.
Building off of what Ben said, I'd just like to start off working with the public's need for knowledge. As CNN is a gatekeeper of information and one of the biggest news networks in the US today, during the primary process, it has a moral responsibility to educate its public in a way that both is accurate and informative to the public in the public policy area and the debates that it publishes on its network. So building off of this CNN's duty, as a journalistic network, it also needs to build off of the professional Society of Professional Journalists ethical standards. Part of this is to seek truth reported, be accountable and transparent. And we feel as though the inclusion of super PAC advertisements and sensationalized news coverage is not holding itself to these standards as a network that we would hope to see. In some cases, we see super PAC advertisements that support a third-party agenda or twist facts and do so in a dubious manner that is not holding itself to any journalistic standards that we would hope to see in a network such as CNN. In building off of the solution that we presented yesterday, we would like to see the elimination of super PAC advertisements on CNN as a way to replace advertisements with those that would then inform the public in a more accurate and transparent manner as part of the public's obligation to vote. CNN also has a moral duty as a broadcasting network to publish information and be responsible for the information that is sent out to the public on its network. So we believe that the elimination of super PAC advertisements would then allow CNN to have a broadcast network and information that is disseminated on its network that is truthful, accurate, and informative to the public.
Moving on, one of the very important issues that we think regarding ethics that CNN is facing is their corporate social responsibility. So at the current time, CNN is acting in a responsible, ethical manner, but we believe that they can build upon this even further to increase viewership and in turn generate more profit. So currently CNN has a concept within their mission to lead responsibly. So what that means is that we as CNN must have diverse viewpoints and objectivity within our reporting. So these concepts lead us as a company to remain objective and also diversify us from other companies who may not be doing these things. As Amanda stated, some of these things we're not currently doing, and we believe that we as a company, CNN, should build upon these and move them into a more responsible manner. On the groundwork of corporate social responsibility would be that a company has an ethical responsibility to the society that it does business in, and we believe that CNN should look at this as an opportunity to do good for their citizens and be more socially responsible. So the main problem with corporate social responsibility that CNN is facing is a distance from upholding their duty that they have to their stakeholders as well as their shareholders.
I'd now like to take a moment to discuss the ethical dilemma facing the financial aspects of CNN and Time Warner Cable as a whole. CNN, as any business, has the fundamental purpose of generating profits for not only the business itself, but its shareholders. And while we feel that CNN certainly has this right, we feel that the profits need to be generated in an ethical and socially responsible manner. If we take a look at who our stakeholders are, it's not only CNN itself, the employees at CNN, but it's also our audience, and it's who we broadcast our shows, our coverage, and our debates to. And in addition, it's our shareholders, those who have a vested interest in our company and have not only a financial stake in the company, but also a vested interest in terms of our responsibility to support them in an ethical manner. So CNN is a significant part of Time Warner. It represents 7% of its value and has projected revenues of $1.65 billion. While this is significant, and we commend CNN for its financial success, we do need to realize that that needs to be achieved in an ethical manner. If we take a look at the Super PAC advertisements that are used during the debates, they skew public perception. They skew the information that we're trying to disseminate amongst our audience, and ultimately it interferes with the democratic process in America. As an organization, and as we take a look at our mission and our core values, this does not align with who CNN is as a company and who Time Warner is as a company. We do have incentives. It's important to recognize with increased viewership, we do have large incentives in driving our profit. In the first debate alone of this political cycle, CNN had 23 million viewers, which set a record for viewership during the debate. And in the first quarter of 2016 alone, we saw a 22% increase in our viewership, which is very substantial for CNN and Time Warner as a whole. So while we have that profit incentive, which we should absolutely capitalize on, it's important that we take a look at how we're making that money. CNN has increased the cost of its advertising spots during the debates by 40 times or 4,000% during the debates. So going from an average of $5,000 during regular programming to $200,000 for a 30-second commercial spot during the debates. This is the going market rate. We're not saying that this is inappropriate. We're saying that including Super PAC advertisements and including marketing that sensationalizes the debate and sensationalizes the primary and overall democratic process is inappropriate and doesn't follow through with our core values and mission. So moving forward, while we may see a decline in revenue by removing Super PAC advertisements from our lineup of ads, that will be met quickly by the high demand for advertising with CNN. And we do not see this as a long-term problem. And by doing so, by desensationalizing the overall coverage of the debates, we feel that CNN will be able to recognize itself as upholding its mission, upholding its values, and acting in an ethically responsible manner to not only its employees, not only its audience, but also its shareholders.
To move on from that point, we'd really like to take a moment to...
You're at 10 minutes.
So I can't talk. Can I finish it?
You can go for a few sentences,
Okay,
but
great.
wrap it up.
So just to conclude this in just one short term, we're really building off of these 3 ethical dilemmas of CNN. We want to eliminate super PAC advertisements as a way to disseminate accurate information as any good journalist would do. We want to reaffirm CNN as a socially responsible brand, but also recognize our ethical responsibility as a business to increase profit incentives for our stakeholders and our network.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then next up is UMass. Give me a couple of minutes here. Go to water if you need it, help yourself.
No timer, right?
You need a timer today, or are you close to 10 minutes?
Yeah, let's hope.
Okay.